All right. Yo, what is up, everybody? How's it going? Definitely testing out a few things, and I will apologize, guys, for my voice. It has been up and down, as you guys know, the last few days. And I will do my best to kind of get through this. So, welcome, everybody. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me... It's actually been a while since I've there we go. There we go. So for right now, guys, I'm going to have a bunch of screenshots and stuff from State of Decay 2 kind of going in the background and stuff, and then let's just kind of talk about the game. You know, I'm really excited about this game. And yeah, you know, I've been looking forward to this game since they revealed it back in 2016, and you know, I'm ready for it. Another about what, month and a half or so, a little over a month and a half, and we're gonna have our hands on the game. So welcome, everybody. So I know there was a few questions that some people had in when I originally talked about doing this, so I could actually try to go find those on post, which I could actually probably pop that up on my phone. But if you guys have any questions about the game, if you guys have any questions, you know, personally, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys don't know a lot about me and stuff, you know, feel free to ask. So was about to play State of Decay. Saw a stream notification. Sweet. Yeah, I don't actually have the first game. I had it. I played a little bit of it at some friend's house, you know, way back in the day and stuff. But overall, you know, I don't actually own the game. I've played a lot of zombie survival games, you know, DayZ, H1Z1, that kind of thing, and I'm really looking forward to this game just because of how in depth and stuff that it is. So, do you have knowledge about armored cars, like if there are different upgrades or specific upgrades for certain cars? Yes. Yes, there are. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I am actually going to pop something else up on screen here. Try not to interfere with this. And I will be able to answer that exact question. Because IGN actually did a Q&A not too long ago, and that was one of the questions that was asked. And I've seen some stuff on the different armored cars. Actually, there was a section on that in the video that I put up today, you know, kind of talking about that. But let me find it. It says, here we go. So somebody asked how many vehicles are in the game and will they be customizable with weapons and extra storage? And the devs came back to that and said there are over 40 different vehicles in the game, not including like the different color variations to the vehicles and stuff. And there's also vehicle upgrade kits, which transform your car or truck into a specialized apocalypse-ready vehicle of mass destruction. That is quote unquote exactly what they said. It says you might occasionally find one of these upgrade kits available from a wandering trader, but more often you'll craft them at home, assuming your community has the right mix of skills and facilities. So with that, you're going to be able to see, you know, like the military truck that we saw in the original trailer and stuff, you're going to be able to take a normal truck and basically turn it into that, you know, with bars over the windows, armor all around the vehicle, like the big bull bars and stuff on the front to kind of mow down zombies and stuff. You're going to be able to do that to your vehicles basically from the ground up on most vehicles. Yeah, there are gas cans and the different. There's actually quite a few fueling stations around the map and stuff that you can use to obviously fill up your car. You can fill up gas containers and take those back with you, as well as you can actually have a thing at your base that allows you to store fuel at your base. So you will be able to refuel your cars from your base as long as you stockpile fuel at one of the things that you can put in your base that holds fuel and stuff. So Yeah, I don't think Molotov cocktails will be able to use this fuel and stuff. Those things are definitely very, very lethal too. You don't want to throw one of those and then run into it because it's really going to mess you up. Can you use iron sight scopes in State of Decay 2? No. There is no ADS in State of Decay. So the entire thing stays over your shoulder, third person, you know, like any third person, like as you can see in this image on screen right there. And depending on what scope you have on your weapon, like for instance, that is a holographic sight, it's going to increase or decrease the amount of zoom sort of that you're going to have with the over the shoulder cam. So obviously a sniper rifle, you're going to have a lot more zoom over the shoulder, but you're not actually going to have an ADS where you're actually aimed down your sights, you know, like most shooters. And I'm okay with that. This is more of just a chillax, I guess you could say, way of aiming your weapon and stuff. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with, you know, different third person, you know, zooming in and out from the over the shoulder view. I think that there's less things to worry about when you're aiming down your sight and stuff, and they can use all that extra stuff on other things in the game. So, Jacob's Vlogs, what's up, man? I might actually have to go back upstairs real quick, guys, and get something to drink, because this is actually the worst my voice has been all day. But I pumped out a Ghost Recon video first thing this morning, as well as a State of Decay video that was quite long, and it kind of took a toll on my voice, so. Separating the fuel from the Molotov, that would be cool. That would be cool if you could do that. That would be something that was very in-depth that most games you wouldn't see, and I really think that, and pardon that screenshot, I honestly had no idea there was a thing up in the top left-hand corner, but I really think the attention to detail that Undead Labs is doing with this game is quite impressive for not being a AAA studio and stuff like that. And I think with that, the fans are going to get a lot more out of this game because they're going to care a lot more about their fans than just, you know, money. So I'm glad to see them with the stuff that they're doing for this game. Is this game only for PC or other platforms? It is actually PC and Xbox, and it's crossplay. So for instance, if I'm on PC, I will be able to play with you guys on Xbox and vice versa, as well as if you buy it for Xbox, you can play it on your PC. It's a Play Anywhere title. So if you buy it on Xbox, you will be able to play it on PC as well. So you don't need to actually buy a version of the game for both. You only need to buy one. Nah, bro, you sound like the Marlboro van. Yo, it's bad. It's bad. It's tough when you get sick and your voice starts to go, and then you try to keep doing YouTube videos, because then it makes it so that your voice doesn't get better. So I've been trying to balance it. You know, actually today it's been probably one of the better days, but I did a lot of talking with those YouTube videos earlier. I actually played some Fortnite with some buddies. Yo, yesterday was the first time I have ever played Fortnite. And it's fun. It's a fun game. It's definitely not something I could probably really want to cover on the channel, but it's a fun game to play. It's a fun game to play with friends. Hot tea, halls, cough drops, or some other form of vapor rub for congestion. Yeah, I'll go get some Vicks vapor rub and I'll start rubbing it on my chest on stream for you guys. No, I actually think I got some cough drops down. I might take one real quick. That doesn't mess up the mic. Yeah, you guys want some Marlboros, man? That shit's good stuff. No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. It may sound like I smoke right now, but I don't smoke. What about loot respawns? The thing I didn't like was the last one was a short game, as once you looted everything on map game was done. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But I know that when you go out and you capture, like, and you do outposts and stuff, so it will help generate things for your base. You'll just have to go and collect those items and stuff. So that's going to be a way of getting more loot, you know, kind of down the road. So you're going to want to go out and get, I believe you can do it up to 3 outposts, or no, you can do 4 outposts, and this will all generate resources and stuff for your base based on what outpost you choose to set up. So... Ooh, what is my most favorite part about State of Decay 2? That's tough. Because there's not just one thing. If I were to have to put it on one thing, it would probably be playing co-op this massive open world. Because I do plan on playing, obviously, with some friends, and then I also plan on doing a series with you guys, with subscribers. So I wish there was a way that you could actually set it up in game. So, like, for instance, I were to set up a game on a specific map and then invite you guys, just different people on different days when I do this stuff. And then you guys could all change stuff at my base. Like, you guys could run the farm, you could change farms, you could build up the base, you know, all that stuff. Like, you guys would have access to everything that I have access to. But I don't think that's going to be a feature in the game. So whoever's hosting the lobby has control of the base, and that's it. But I do plan on doing a series of, you know, exploring the open world, playing with you guys as subscribers and stuff. So yeah, difficulty is based off the size of your base. So the bigger your base gets, the more difficult the game is going to get. And then also, if you have 4 people in your game, everybody will have specific loot to spawn in specific areas and stuff. So there's not going to be like a shortage of loot if you have more people. Agent Taco, you cannot aim down sights if you have attachments now. Basically, based on whatever sight you have on your gun, it's going to change. It's going to change how much you zoom in with your weapons and stuff over the shoulder. So everything stays in third person. There actually is no ADS. Now, real quick, guys, I'm actually going to tweet out to Undead Labs, see if they can like retweet this live stream that we're doing. There we go. But yeah, with back to the maps, there was no actual confirmation on that, whether or not we can just kind of switch. Let me see. There was somebody that asked a similar question to that, but okay. So somebody asked, since Undead Labs has previously stated that State of Decay 2 will ship with 3 maps, each roughly the same size as the first game's map, will these maps each be environmentally different, or will they be similar environments to what's seen thus far? And it says each of the maps has a distinct theme and visual identity that represents the local pre-apocalypse culture and climate. The overall setting of State of Decay 2 returns to the original game's small town Americana theme, which each map putting its own spin on the concept. These 3 maps you'll encounter are Cascade Hills, Drucker County, and then as well as Meager Valley. But it does not say whether or not we can kind of hop back and forth between those. I believe it's going to, from what I've heard, I'm a little worried that it's going to be, there's going to be one save for each map. So you're going to have your own set of characters, your own survivors, your own story and everything on these separate maps, which I hope that's not how it works. But who knows? Yeah, Zoner, I actually just built this PC not too long ago. About $2,200 PC, roughly, give or take. I think I found a story connection to the first one and the second one. So the second one actually takes place about 15 months after the first one, and everything that actually happened in the first one, they're in the same universe, they're in the same everything. So everything that happened in the first one actually did happen. This is just, the second one is taking place about 15 months after the events of the first game. I'm Donnie Ford. Kay, I'm back. How are you doing? And do you remember me? Yes, I remember you, man. And I'm doing all right. My voice is kind of hit or miss, but I'm going to try to get as far into this live stream as I can. Because I enjoy this. This is like my favorite part of doing YouTube and stuff, is actually when I do live streams, is talking to you guys. Not playing, you know, not that making editing or whatever. Talking to you guys is probably the most rewarding part of doing YouTube. Now going back up to some of these questions. Crazy Mate, honestly, how big are the maps? So each individual map, there's 3 of them that comes with State of Decay 2. Each individual map in State of Decay 2 is the same size as the map that was in the first game. So if you want to look at the fact that there's 3 in State of Decay 2, that technically the map is 3 times bigger, even though they're broken up into 3 individual maps. Steels, will this have cutscenes? I don't. Some cutscenes, yes. I don't believe there's going to be a lot of them. Because one of the other things was, this person said here, you know, will State of Decay 2 have anything to do with the story of the first game? And if so, will it take place before, after, or during the first game? And the devs went on to say that State of Decay 2 takes place roughly a year and a half after the events of the first game, and it assumes that the general events of the original storyline, including Lifeline DLC, did happen. So, yeah, thank you, Donnie. I'm trying to get better. Here's another good question here. Trying to remember, there was one on here. Oh, there was a lot of people asking about PvP, any PvP in the game. And nobody can, there is no friendly fire, there is no actual way to kill other players, actual other real players. It says the other players might be able to create a situation that gets your survivor killed accidentally or on purpose, obviously. But State of Decay 2 focused on cooperative survival, and there is no friendly fire and no deliberate PvP, and it's meant to be a co-op experience. So will your progress from State of Decay 1 be shifted to State of Decay 2 like the Telltale games? No. Well, see, that's the thing. Arcanum Elite. It's yeah, I bet most people are going to pick Warlord Path, Super Gear their Survivors or something. You will go up against other NPCs. As you guys, if you guys missed it in my video earlier today, it was actually the first time we saw any gameplay of this, and it was, you went to meet somebody that was an actual NPC, a real survivor, and for some reason he got pissed off at you and he tries to kill you and you end up killing him. So there is going to be, you know, going up against other survivors in the open world, not just zombies. So Silent Zoner, my PC has 1080 right-stricken graphics card and Ryzen 1700X with 64 gigs of RAM. Wow. I have 16 gigs of RAM, also with a 1080, and also with a Ryzen 1700X, but only have 16 gigs of RAM. Do we get to create our first character, or does it generate one for us? I'm pretty sure it generates one for us. That's one thing that I really wish that Undead Labs would listen to the community. So, right at the start of the game, I want to have me as a survivor. That one survivor that I create, make him look how I want, dress him how I want, customize him how I want. That is me in this post-apocalyptic environment. If I die, I die. And then, for instance, you can't do that again until you do another playthrough. But right out of the gate, I would really like them see us, you know, let us be able to create one character however we see fit, and then try to obviously make that character, you know, survive forever, which would kind of be us in that post-apocalyptic, you know, environment. But as of right now, we cannot do that. In the game, are we going to have confrontations between humans like The Walking Dead? Yes. Just want to say thanks for all the information. Really appreciate it. Learned a lot, and me and my friends are really excited for it. Yo, Chris, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying my hardest to give you guys all the information. And by doing that, trying not to drag all this information out in like 10, 15-minute videos. I'm trying to keep it short, sweet, straight to the point and stuff, so. Can you change the characters' outfits? There's actually, hold on, let me get to that question. That question was asked. Oh, real quick, yeah, it says, can human enemies come to your base and raid your base? State of Decay 2 includes many situations where human NPCs may act against you and your community's interest either directly or indirectly. So, and then here's the one that says, can you change your survivors' clothes or are they permanently how you get them like in the first game? There's a big quote, guys. It says you cannot currently change any survivor's outfit. So this is something that might actually come down the road. We might be able to change some of the survivors' outfits and stuff. But it says currently we cannot do that. So maybe down the road we will. Did you pre-order the premium edition? I plan on pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition. I have not yet. I'm waiting to get my taxes back here within the next couple weeks, and I will probably pick it up. Will it come to Steam? Eventually, yes. We don't have any word when that's going to happen, though. I already mentioned how new games will start. You will be given 3 randomly generated groups of 3 people to choose from. Gotcha. Is your information speculation? No. No, I'm not speculating. If I'm not 100% sure on something, I will let you know. But 99% of the stuff I'm giving you guys is facts. Yeah, Elite. I think that's something that I really think that they need to look into. Being right at the start of a playthrough, allowing you to create a character. And then obviously if the character dies, it's permadeath, you can't get that character back, you won't be able to customize any more characters. But that's the one thing that that the devs said, you know, if anybody that are a fan of this genre, you have that plan. Like for instance, if some post-apocalyptic zombie thing broke out right now in real life, you know exactly what you're going to do. Everybody has that plan in the back of their mind. So this is kind of a way to simulate that. What would you do? But I can't create me. They have no feature in the game that allows me to create that one character that's going to be me at the start and see if I can get that character to survive. So I think that's probably going to be one of the more requested features coming to the game at some later point. If you die, then you lose your incentive to continue to play the game. No, you try to keep the rest of your community alive. But it would be kind of nice at the start of the game to have somebody that... when we loot, do we have to destroy in order to make room, or can we switch? When we loot, do we have to destroy in order to make room, or can we just switch them? I don't know what you mean, Jacob. Jacob's vlogs, if you want to try to see if you can't cancel your other pre-order and switch it, but I don't think you can upgrade. At least they give you a choice on a starting group of survivors. Unlike the first one, you get an option of 3 different groups of 3 survivors to choose from, and then you can learn all their skills. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that, but like I said, I still wish we could kind of create our own character, but it is what it is. It's still going to be a really fun game. True. You know, if they lose their main character, some people might want to quit. I can understand that. State of Decay 3? State of Decay 3 is going to be a thing. This game is going to succeed, and I really think there's going to be a third one. They'd be dumb not to. Nate, yeah, I get it, Nate. You know, playing as a community, not just a sole survivor. I totally get that. Also, real quick on a side note, there was somebody that actually asked about assault shotguns. All right, actually, hold on a sec, guys. I'm actually gonna go grab something to drink. I will be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. I don't think my voice is any better, but got some coffee. It's 11:30 on the East Coast, and I'm drinking coffee. It's good though. Oh man, what did I miss? Holy shit, you guys are kind of like crazy. I think there's definitely more inventory space, Austin. That guy was saying. I think there's more inventory space, a lot more inventory space in this game, so this game will kick ass. Dude, that's an understatement. When we loot a building and our backpack is full, you have to destroy an I don't think so. If you die, do you lose the stuff you have on you, or does it drop for anyone to pick up either in co-op or solo? If you die, your other people can pick up your stuff, but it stays on you. So, like for instance, if you get killed, your stuff is still going to be on your body. Or if you are infected with the blood plague and you don't treat it, you will basically turn into a blood plague zombie with all your gear on. So there's going to be a blood plague zombie walking around with a backpack on full of stuff. So juggernauts are going to be sucked twice as much now. Yeah, they usually come in multiples. There's not just one. Shooting them in the head doesn't kill them. You actually have to shoot them multiple times in the head to get the juggernauts to kind of drop down. Then you actually have to go in and kill them. That's the only way to kill them. I'm scared of blood plague in that damn heart. Yeah, it's definitely going to make it interesting. What kind of leader are you looking to use in your first play? I'm probably going to go builder. Definitely build. Well, true. Builder or trader, that's tough. Because trader is going to give you access to trading with other NPCs, which might come in handy a lot. But also with the builder, you can have access to the luxury barracks, which is going to be increased morale, and there's actually going to be a lot of people that can be in those barracks. But there's going to be ways to treat the blood plague, so. Will loot storage for equipment carry still be limited to square spaces or pocket spaces, or is it all based on how much weight? How much weight? It is how much weight you can carry before you're encumbered. And you can be encumbered and still... You can be encumbered and still grab stuff. But if you get into a situation where you get swarmed by zombies, you're not going to want to be encumbered because you're not going to have stamina to run away. The character's most likely going to die. Yeah, you have to get, I believe it's 4 to 5 blood plague samples to get the cure. DLC, they haven't really announced anything about DLC yet. Yeah, the blood plague's not that bad. Blood plague's not that bad. You just got to make sure you treat it. How many weapons will there be at the start? A lot. And actually, real quick with that, guys, I'm going to go back to that topic before I went upstairs. Somebody asked, will there be an assault shotgun in the game? And if so, will there be special ammo types for it? You know, slug, explosive, buckshot. And what the devs said, I was quite surprised. And they said, we have a few assault shotguns in the game, though they are rare. They use the same basic shotgun ammo as other shotguns. There are no slugs or fancy ammo types out of the gate. Eventually, you will be able to craft those. But they are able to fire in semi-automatic and fully automatic modes. So we're talking like an AA-12 automatic shotgun. That just, that gets, let's leave it at that. I'm an AA-12 guy, dude. I love that weapon. So many different games. It's probably one of my favorite shotguns of all time. And it says an assault shotgun is also one of the items that comes with the State of Decay 2 Ultimate Edition. All of your shotguns fire multiple pellets within the spread of a reticule, but you can also find or craft shotgun chokes that reduce the spread of any compatible shotgun. So that's pretty freaking cool. Do you know why they're not releasing at the beginning of the month or earlier in the initial release instead? Because Ultimate Edition lets you play early, so why not release it then? I don't know. The Ultimate Edition only lets you play like 4 days early. Armor mods to give your body extra protection? Yes. Yeah, Arcanum, I think the Blood Plague definitely is a little on the easy side. I honestly expected it to be a little bit harder. Can characters have beards? I don't know. I hope so. See, the story, it's not exactly what you would think when it comes to a story standpoint. So there's actually, are there any bows? Not that I'm aware of yet. I have not seen anything for bows. So when it comes to the story, though, somebody asked, can we not play story mode right from the beginning? I don't want to play it right away. I need some practice before jumping into campaign mode. Is it possible, like the start of any of the 3 maps? And the devs went on to say that State of Decay 2's story is heavily simulation driven, and for the most part, it's your choice to engage with it at whatever pace you please. You can select any of the game's 3 maps at the end of the game's tutorial. So that's also what worries me a little bit. After the tutorial, we can pick any of the 3 maps to play on. Not sure if they're intertwined. Like, I'm not sure if you can build up a base in this map, take those characters and move them to another base in a different map. I'm not sure if that's how that's going to work. I think the hardest part about State of Decay 2 is that your stamina doesn't regenerate in combat. Yes. That's probably the hardest part. That's most times of all the gameplay footage that I've seen, most times when a character dies is because they don't have stamina to get away. Flashlights run on batteries or you can just leave it on forever? I think they can be left on forever. Actually, the trailer, the PAX East trailer that came out the other day was supposedly running on the Xbox One X. That was not PC footage. So that 2-minute and something trailer where we got to see some of these screenshots and stuff are from, and then I also covered it in my video earlier today, that was Xbox One X gameplay. And it actually looked really good. It looked really good. Does anyone know if you're able to upgrade your weapon's basic stats with putting on attachments? Yes. Yes. There's a couple screenshots in here that specifically show like an AK that has like no attachments on it, basically. And then there's AKs with like a suppressor and a round drum magazine and different sights and stuff. It does change how your weapon handles. Like for instance, here is sort of like an M4, and you can see that it has like a holographic sight on it and stuff. So based on what attachments are on your weapon, it does alter how they perform. So, hola desde Uruguay. Hola in Michigan, United States. My Spanish would be terrible, so I apologize. I think they need to advertise this more. Definitely, definitely. This game is going to be a sleeper game. It's going to be one of those games that's going to take the community and the whole genre by surprise. You can 100% definitely switch maps. That's confirmed, Arcanum? That's confirmed? I hope it's confirmed. It's been confirmed that you can swap maps and bring all of your characters with you and all your supplies items. Also, you can build facilities you had in your old base there are built faster. Oh, dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, thank you. I did not know that. That's awesome. I think they said bases are not shared between maps, so every map has its own community. Well, Arcanum just said that it's confirmed that we can swap maps and bring your characters with us, so I hope that's true. I really hope that's true. Silent Zoner, it says it will probably be pretty similar to Far Cry 5 map size, I think. Well, each of the 3 maps, each map, so there's 3 of them, each map is the same size as the first game. So we have 3 maps that are all the same size as the first game's map. So technically the map is 3 times bigger than the first game. And then see right there in this picture, you can see the AK with a round drum magazine and a custom stock and a few other custom attachments on it. So, excuse me. Can PC players play with console players? Yes. It is crossplay. Probably same one map split into 3. I guess you can say that gun handling is also affected by character stats too. Yes, yes, it is a lot. It's actually probably more heavily influenced by character skills and stats and traits than it is actual attachments. Jacob, well, take care, man. I think I got what I know. Cool, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. If you're getting out of here, man, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm pretty sure they said it's crossplay because it's a play anywhere title. So you can play it on Xbox. You can buy it for Xbox and then play it on Xbox and play it on PC, and you can play together. Anybody that's on like the Xbox, obviously, through Microsoft is how it's it's working and everything. So obviously, when you sign into your Xbox, your friends that are online, you can invite those to your party and stuff. So yeah, you can cross-platform play Xbox PC. I noticed that it took a while for them to reload the AK and while using the drum mag. Do you think that's due to the skill level or the drum mag being a more advanced mag? Probably both. That character probably has low weapons skill. So, and then obviously a round drum magazine is going to take a little bit more time to reload than a regular magazine, but also you won't have to reload as often, so it balances out. There's a lot more backpacks skiing. There's a lot more backpacks in this game. There's some really small ones that allow you to be very nimble and maneuverable, and then there's some big ones, including the rucksack, that you can haul a lot of stuff. But there's a lot of different backpacks and stuff to choose from, kind of based on your play style. So, is there a limit to how many people we can have at our base? I don't know, but you're not going to want to have 30 people right out of the gate or something like that, because you're going to need a lot of supplies to feed those people. And then also with that, there are character traits. Like I know a while back, we saw somebody that had 100% increased metabolism. So they basically ate twice as much food as everybody else in any given day. Which, one, that burns up your food supply quicker, and two, that actually lowers the morale of other people at your base because this dude is eating all the food. So you got to take that into account. Where does this game take place? Like what state? Oh, I don't think it's a specific real life area. It's fictional area, fictional location. Can you see, for example, you got 50 persons in your community. Can you see all 50 in your base? You can see everybody that's in your base. Like, for instance, if whoever you have in your community will be somewhere in your base or out with you playing. Because if you want to play solo, you can take NPCs from your base. You can take survivors with you out into the open world. You don't necessarily have to stay playing solo the entire time. I'm not sure what to think about the feral chains. Ferals don't immediately jump on you, scare you. There's a lot of new, I guess what they said, there was a lot of new zombies, though, that's going to balance out the difficulty of the old zombies from the first game. What if on each map you restart? Do you think you can run into your old base people and ravage them like a base? I don't think so, but that would be kind of funny. I gotta go for now. I'm at work and it's almost 5 a.m. All right, Silent Man, thanks for tuning in, man. I'm gonna try to do a few more of these live streams because, like I said, talking with you guys is a lot of fun. This is probably the most fun, is engaging with you guys. Because I wouldn't be covering this game if people didn't watch the content. So this is all for you guys. There is no limit to population size, but the larger your population grows, the more the morale will drop from a crowded debuff. True. Very true. Takes place in the state of Washington. Cool. Well, I'd just go up in the mountains and be like the Wolverines, man. You wouldn't have to worry about the zombies at all. The depth of this game is amazing. Honestly, I was shocked at when I started doing all my research on this game of how deep it really goes. Because yes, it's a $30 price point for the base version of the game, but from a marketing standpoint, there's going to be a lot of people that pick up this game because it's good price, especially for the amount of... There's some AAA titles out there that charge $60 for their games that don't have this much content. So DJB Gaming, starting to get your voice back. It was better this morning, but I pumped out 2 YouTube videos and I've been talking with you guys and it's about to be gone again. So, but I'm enjoying talking with you guys, so I'm going to try to keep this going for as long as I can. Unlike the first game, there are no ghost survivors. The first game would send people out to save memory. Survivors will still leave the base to gather supplies. But, for instance, if there's a character that's in your base that has a really low morale, there is a chance that they might grab a bunch of your supplies and leave during the middle of the night, and there is a chance that you might run into that NPC later on in the game. So, for instance, if there's somebody that has low morale, they're like, you know, screw this, I'm taking these supplies and I'm leaving, and then you run into them, you know, down the road, you know, holed up in a house or something. It's up to you whether or not you want to try to recruit them back to your base or just walk up and shoot them in the face, so. What is the incentive for aiding other players when they pop a flare? You get in-game rewards and stuff. They did state that you will get in-game rewards and stuff for actually going and helping other players when they pop the flare system, so. And honestly, that'd be cool, because you're going to get so many unique experiences in that situation where somebody pops a flare, you join in, they might be doing something that you've already done. It might be a completely random thing that you've never done, because with this game being how it is, there's going to be so many different scenarios. You're not going to have the same thing happen twice. And I think the flare system is going to be a very cool way to get good content on this game as well. You know, there's just going to be so many random instances where you join into somebody else's game and you're like, holy shit, there's a whole horde of zombies. And by doing that, you put your character at risk. Because if you go in to that lobby, you know, somebody shoots up a flare, they're in dire, you know, need of help. And you go in there and there's like 50 zombies and like 4 juggernauts, and you might lose your character. But that's a chance, you know, risk reward. I think it's going to be a fun mechanic in the game. They should add Negan. Just play Negan. Just get yourself a bat, put some barbed wire on it, and go start cracking skulls. You do your base on mountains. There's like specific areas where you can build your base, but there's a chance there might be someplace, you know, towards the mountains or up in the hills that you would, but I'm not sure yet. Can you have multiple bases at once in one map? I don't think so. I think you can have one base and then several outposts that generate supplies. Will combat moves like counter from fighting level 3 and instant counter from nimble characters make a return? I would assume so. I think the melee system is going to be much more in-depth, because there are special moves, like when you rank up your character and the different melee skills and stuff, there are different signature moves that you can do that are like eliminations. So for instance, like you can run at a zombie and like upend a zombie, like from underneath him, like take his feet right out from underneath him and then turn and cut his head off with a hatchet. So there's unique takedowns and stuff based on your progression level. They'll make a mode where you can turn certain features on and off. Honestly, I don't think so. I would like to see them make like a custom thing where we could basically go into a custom mode and play kind of around with the rules, I guess you could say. You could add some zombies from like World War Z that were like super zombies that could jump really high and run really fast, but I'd be really screwed with the stamina in that situation. I think how many there are kind of balances it out, and there might still be some coming out. Yeah, I'm sure, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if with DLCs and even down the road they add in new zombies and stuff, so. Yo, Dylan, thank you for the sub, bro. I appreciate it, man. Spitters? Exploders? Oh no, the stream went down? I don't think the stream went down. Try refreshing. Other enemies with guns? Yeah, there are gonna be other NPCs, actual survivors in the open world that you're gonna come across that will be hostile. Are there other thriving survivors outside your community with bigger, better bases, better defense against these and people? I don't think so, but you will run across small, like NPC, like people held up in houses and stuff. I don't think there's going to be full-on communities, but there might be. They did state. Hold on, where was it? Oh, here, well, let's actually go back to this. It said, somebody asked, shared storage space between bases is a must, and also I think traps and fence building would be a great addition. Are those in the game? And the devs went on to say that each player has their own base, so with its own storage locker, so one base. You have access to everything in your storage locker from your base as well as from any outpost you've claimed. Whenever you relocate your community to a new base, everything in your storage locker moves with you. In multiplayer, when you open a storage locker in any base or outpost, you'll see your own community's inventory. So when you're playing 4-player co-op and you go to an outpost and you open up the storage locker, that's yours. And then if somebody else walks right up next to you and opens that inventory, it'll be their storage locker. Yo, Chris, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. But it says players cannot access each other's community storage directly, but you can withdraw items and then give them to other players if you choose. Many traps can be crafted and placed in the open world, from flashy distractions to explosive mines and other remote activated goodies. And it says bases have varying levels of predetermined fencing and overall defensibility. Choosing a more defensible base over a less defensible base is part of the decision every player will face when selecting their home base, along with the site's overall size, special built-in facilities, and other aspects. So each base is going to have different, pros and cons, defense-wise and stuff, and then also they're going to have individual things that are automatically built in. So, you might build a certain base, in this location that might automatically come with facilities, bathroom facilities, or you might build a base at another location that automatically comes with an infirmary or a farm. So it's just going to be depending on what base you want to build and what location. And each one comes with its own special pros and cons, so. What do you think about the survival mode Daybreak planned after launch? I haven't heard anything about it. I have not heard anything about Daybreak. I heard somebody talking about that in the comments section of one of my videos earlier. I personally have not heard anything about it, so you could please enlighten me. Let's sing along with the rated R movie called You Want to Build a Knife. What are you talking about? And it will have its own fourth map. Other than that, nothing more is known about it right now. Well, that'd be cool. See how that plays out. Is there a set number of zombies in the game like Dead Rising? I don't think so. I think there's just random numbers. Like you might run into a whole pack of zombies at one time. It's random. Skeesh, try to refresh. Try to refresh. Because I think it's still up. Yeah, it's still up. Try to refresh the stream. Stream went offline when you were about to answer my previous questions about the counter and instant counter. Everything is. Each character, you can kind of rank up your fighting skills, and then obviously when you get it all the way maxed out, you can specialize skills, and that's going to determine of what kind of like takedowns or counters and stuff that you're going to have for that character. So what does survival mode even mean? Isn't that the whole point of the entire game? Kind of like Lifeline DLC first. Might be a good game mode for co-op, but I don't know. I guess why not? It would be cool to take down, like, if there's just hordes and hordes of zombies. Like, for instance, sort of like, I wouldn't even compare it to Call of Duty. I would do, like, more like Starship Troopers or something when, they're on the Whiskey Outpost and they're just getting swarmed and swarmed and swarmed. In State of Decay 1, it costs more reputation points to withdraw an item from the base stash than it would receive or replace. I don't think it costs you anything to take something out of your stash. That's straight from the store? I have to check that out. While in a friend's lobby, can you work on your base? Also, would you keep stuff you found on your friend's lobby? Yes, you can keep the stuff you find in your friend's lobby. You can put it back into your storage locker that is at his base. That allows you to keep all of your own stuff. So when you go to your friend's game, you can go to his storage locker, but when you open it up, it's going to have everything for your game, your base. You're going to have all your supplies and stuff in there. But you can't work on your own base while you're in a friend's game. You can pretty much just collect loot and then stash stuff back in the storage locker. No fixing your base, but yes, collecting things for your own, yes. Will there be a tug system for multiplayer? I don't know what that means. I might be a noob if I don't know what that means. No tug? Yeah, is that an abbreviation for something? It does cost to take from your stash, just like the first game. However, recruiting other survivors in your base to follow you no longer. That's kind of dumb. I don't understand why that. It costs to take stuff out of your stash. Now, does it cost to take stuff out of your stash if, for instance, you're at an outpost? Or does it cost stuff to take stuff out of your stash when you're actually at your home base? Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Lou, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it, man. Tethering to player. Yeah, that would suck. I still remember back in like old, what was it, like first Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that had that? Like when you went into multiplayer, like you had to be on screen with your other buddy. Like that's just, ooh, that does not belong. Yo, Crazy Mate, thank you for the $5. Damn, I cannot believe my notification is the little zombie running man. I feel totally ashamed. I thought I had something different. Have you ever played 7 Days to Die? Yes, a very little bit. Not a lot. If you guys want to talk about me playing like post-apocalyptic zombie games, I have like 4,000 hours in DayZ. So, that was kind of my game for this genre. And speaking of, DayZ, I don't know if any of you guys follow like the big DayZ streamers and stuff. I don't know if you guys know who Deadly Slob is. Slob is Deadly Slob t-shirt. I'm actually, I wouldn't say friends with him, but I've been subscribed to his Twitch for a long time. I've played with him a few times. He's a real cool dude. And he's got like 7,000 plus hours on DayZ and stuff, so. It always costs influence to take stuff because it's not yours, it's the community. Oh. Gotcha. That's true. That's big with the whole, community, not solo. I get that now. So now, does each individual player that you play as have a certain amount of influence then? So for instance, if you have a character that has like no influence, you can't take anything out of your stash? See, even talking to you guys, I'm learning stuff about the game that just the amount of content that is in this game it still blows my mind. That this is they're selling this game for $30. The base version of the game, they're selling it for $30. And there's more content in this game than there is in a lot of AAA titles. Also, guys, let me Let me something up. I do have a Discord now. I'm definitely way behind on the Discord game. Let me open this up real quick and I will get you guys that will put the link to my Discord channel in the chat. That is the link to my Discord. So if you guys want to come in there anytime, chill, hang out with other people and stuff, feel free. Feel free. Yeah, the influences for you, not just each other. Yep. Yes, Arcanum. I did play the first game, but very, very little because just the way the game ran, it just really turned me off because at the time I had a decent PC and there were so many other games that I could play on PC, so I kind of didn't really play it a whole lot. It would be awesome if you were streaming the first game. I don't have the first game installed on anything right now. I could play some other stuff and still talk to you guys. That's obviously not going to be State of Decay, I guess you could say, related. I could boot up DayZ and play some DayZ. I could boot up some Escape from Tarkov. I could boot up some Ghost Recon Wildlands and play that in the background. What else could I play? Zombie and hey man, glad to catch you live. Yeah, I apologize for not streaming more, guys. I've just been so busy with work and getting around because my second child should be showing up any day now. So I'm going to try to stockpile some videos and stuff for you guys so that I don't leave you guys totally in the dark. Coming up when I got to make several trips to the hospital for my my second son being born. So Martinez, Mizael Martinez, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Is Ghost Recon Wildlands a good buy today? It's not bad if you've never played it. They're rolling out a second season, year 2 DLC with a bunch of free stuff. And the first thing that they're coming out with actually comes out next Tuesday is actually a Splinter Cell expansion to the game where you're going to have Sam Fisher voiced by Michael Ironside, the historic Michael Ironside, coming back to voice Sam Fisher in an expansion for Ghost Recon Wildlands. So Escape from Tarkov. Sadly, the other AI do not drive cars. Guess it would be too much to program or something. That'd be cool. But what I've seen watching videos, other AI survivors, if yours will automatically join you without having to ask them if you're in trouble and be back nearby them. That's good. Sometimes you get in the shit and you don't want to have to try to, you know, hey, come help me. No, so. Is there going to be more zombies in military bases, cities, or will it be the same amount? I would think there's going to be more in military areas, and then you're going to be going up against probably armored zombies and stuff. I would hope there would be more zombies because, for instance, you know, with the loot situation in high loot areas, I would like to see them make it so that it's harder to get that loot by increasing the amount of zombies or increasing the difficulty of those zombies. So, do AIs in single player mode drive cars? Like if you decide to go for a scavenger run alone, suddenly you come across a horde? No, they don't drive cars. Will your companions or NPCs in your group be able to drive in wildlands they cannot? No. And State of Decay 2 is set 15 months after State of Decay 1. Can we expect to have better quality veteran survivors at the start of the game? Not necessarily. You're still going to have, I guess you could probably say, I wouldn't say noob survivors, but everybody's going to have their own skill sets. You know, they're going to have traits and stuff that's going to make some people better than other people. But, you know, for instance, and you're going to have to take that into account. So you might have a guy, let's just throw this out there, for instance. You have a survivor that you come across in the open world. He's really good at hunting. He's really good at, you know, looting and scavenging. He's very good at weapon skills. He's very good at hand-to-hand combat. Like, all across the board, looting and, you know, weapon-wise, he's an absolute monster. He's an absolute badass. But he has a really shitty attitude, so he brings the morale of the base down. That's something that you're going to have to choose. You know, do I get this guy that's just like an absolute Rambo, but he's a total douche when I bring him back to the base and a lot of people don't like him in the community? Those are things that you're going to have to balance, and it's going to be, I wouldn't use the word struggle, but it's going to be a constant thing to balance out your morale at your base, which I'm really looking forward to. More animation packs later on. I would think they're going to update this game quite a lot more than we probably think. How many weapons? We don't have an actual number of weapons, but based off of all of the melee weapons that we've seen so far, plus all of the actual weapons, there's a lot. TL Ravens, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the A Squad Army. I just made that up, by the way. Also, guys, on a real quick side note, let me just run this past you guys. So, ASQD Gaming is technically what the channel's name is. So, for those of you that don't know, ASQD, obviously from, you know, the thing that's above my webcam, it's Alpha Squad. ASQD is an abbreviation for Alpha Squad. So, I'm actually been thinking about bringing it up to YouTube and applying for a name change and changing over to like Alpha Squad Gamer or something along those lines, you know, instead of it just being as a channel, ASQD Gaming. You know, let me know what are you guys' thoughts on that? You guys think that's a good idea? Leave it alone. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There will also be more zombies at night, and the zombie count will rise the more you clear. So if you cleared most of the map of loot, remaining areas will have more zombies. And they're actually more aggressive at night too, which it's going to make the game a little more creepy, but I'm all for it. What are the traits? I pre-ordered when I heard about them, but I don't know what a lot. So traits are things that individual characters have from previous, like, post or before the apocalypse. So say somebody was, you know, a doctor in their previous, before the apocalypse, they worked at a hospital, they're a doctor. So their healing skills and their knowledge of medication and stuff is going to be much higher. That is a trait. And then also, for instance, I know that the devs talked about it. You know, there was a girl that she was a mechanic before the whole apocalypse and everything happened. So she's going to have a morale boost, a morale buff. So her morale is going to be higher at your base if you have a garage that you can work on your vehicles and stuff. She's automatically going to have a higher morale if you have a mechanic garage at the base. So those are just different traits. And there's, with skills and traits, there's over 1,000 skills and traits that can be, you know, randomly generated on these characters. So you're never going to run into the same character twice. So if, for instance, you get that perfect character that, you know, you want him to work at your infirmary. He's, you know, a really great doctor. He was a doctor in a previous life. All of his skills are stacked to be like the best person to work at the infirmary. If he dies, you're probably never going to get a character that good for that individual part of your base ever again. So that's something that you guys are definitely going to have to take into account. Being a warlord would be tough to manage. More survivors, more people to feed and medicate, lower morale, but you have access to a superior armory and training facilities. Yep. That's just going to be one of those things that you're going to have to take into account and how you want to play it. Can you execute your friend if he has a blood plague? Yes. Yes, you can. And then this is the other thing that actually State of Decay, the devs brought up. There's going to be some instances where, for instance, there might be a survivor in your base that does not have the blood plague at all. And if things aren't working out, you have the option to execute them. But also doing that, it's going to lower the morale of the entire base. So you want a clean house? You can, but there's definitely going to be severe repercussions with that. Yes, if you banish them, you might see them in the future as, yes. Yep, if you run across somebody that you banish from your base, they're probably going to be pissed off and they're probably going to try to kill you, so. Even for online friends, I wouldn't recommend killing one of your friends. They might be upset with you. Will there be any explanation on how the zombie outbreak started? There might be, but like I said, this game is set 15 months after the first game. So if anything, the first game would have had more of a how the whole apocalypse started. But can you custom create your first character? No, you can't. Can I execute my friend for lollygagging? No, there is no friendly fire in the game. No griefing, period. Yeah, there's no griefing at all. There is no PvP in this game. There might be something that they add with the DLC, but I strongly doubt it because that was one of the biggest things from the devs was they were trying to do the ultimate co-op experience in a post-apocalyptic, you know, with DayZ, H1Z1, there's so much griefing that they just didn't want that to be a part of the game at all. So they made it strictly co-op, no friendly fire, you know, that whole, you know, cooperate, try to survive. You can also play as a villain, which new, you can actually raid other NPC communities. That's what's going to be interesting because, you know, raiding other humans, is that going to lower the morale of your own base for doing, you know, things against other humans, you know, so. I'm confused. Do you get to choose from a optional random missions in SOD? To choose from a variety of survivors in your first survivor, what? So right when you start the game, there'll be there'll be 3 groups of 3 survivors. Each of them will have different character skills and traits and stuff, and you will be able to choose your first 3 survivors out of those first 3 groups. So you pick one of those groups. Those are your first 3 survivors that you start the game with, and then obviously you expand on your community from there. I noticed trade at friendly enclaves can be optional in State of Decay 2. They use random missions in State of Decay. And yes, you will be able to do that. But like I said, there's sometimes where you might walk up to a community or a base that you want to trade with, and they might just be like, you know what, we don't like you. Let's kill you. That actually was in the gameplay that I put up earlier on the channel. So they're not always going to be friendly. Also, real quick on a side note, guys, there's like, I believe like 42 of us in here. If you guys would real quick, slap that like button real quick. Just to appreciate you guys all hanging out in here. If we could slap that like button. If you guys are enjoying the stream, if you're not, you do not have to. Likes are not required. Just you guys hanging out in here interacting is more than enough. 3 survivors? Pretty sure the devs confirmed it, and then Arcanum was talking about that earlier. Yo, Chris, thank you for jumping in the Discord, man. Ms. Ale, thank you for jumping in the Discord, man. And that's the thing, guys. Feel free to invite your friends to this Discord. Currently, I have a bunch of different channels set up, and for some reason, I do not actually have a State of Decay 2 channel set up yet. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to do as soon as I get done with this stream. But yeah, if you feel free to invite friends, guys. Use this Discord if you want to, play different games, chat with me. This is going to be a good place to reach me on Discord if you guys have any questions, any new information that you want to share or anything like that. So, Robert, buying an Xbox One just for this game, so excited. Originally, I was planning on picking this up. Obviously, if you get it for Xbox, you can play it on PC as well. But about, what was it, 6 months ago or so, I built a brand new gaming PC. So I'm definitely going to be playing it on PC primarily with all my graphics cranked up as high as I can possibly get them. So what is the Discord? That is a link to my Discord channel. Feel free to join. Can do Survivor's Progress. Get Swifty, longtime sub here. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Congrats on the soon-to-be newborn. Yeah, it's going to take up a lot of my time, so there might be some weeks, some upcoming weeks that the content on the channel might be a little scarce, but I promise you guys I'm not forgetting about you. I'm just going to be very, very busy with work. Working 40 plus hours a week. We're really busy at work right now, and then obviously balancing family life with a newborn child and my 3-year-old son that's actually sleeping in the room right over there. So, it's doing YouTube, working 40 plus hours a week and balancing family life is very tough. I do what I can, so. Like, make more, I don't know how to say without being somewhat creep. So can you buy the digital copy, Xbox copy, and play it on your PC? Yes. All good, brother. We understand. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'll do my best to balance it as best I can. Yeah, the in-depth stuff with the missions and running into other NPCs and the backstories of the characters that you come across, you don't normally see in games. So the amount of detail that they go into with the character traits, talking about the different things that these characters had, before the apocalypse with, hobbies and things that increase their morale, things that decrease their morale. There's a lot to it. There is a crazy amount of stuff that Undead Labs put into this game that you don't normally see in any games. Even AAA studios sometimes don't put, this much effort and backstory into a game. Discord link isn't working for me. Let me try it one more time. Alright, bro, I'm out. Glad I got to stop by live, though. Can't wait to play this game since I've been playing State of Decay pretty much when it came out on stream. Cool, man. Thank you for tuning in. I'm probably not going to stream for too much longer because my voice is continually getting worse. So, I have to download it, but I already have it. That's weird. How many different types of weapons will be in the game? I know there's pistols, there's snipers, shotguns, submachine guns, assault rifles, melee weapons, all sorts of throwables like crafted grenades, pipe bombs, soda can bombs, Molotov cocktails, all that good stuff. There's quite a bit of stuff in the game. There's mines and stuff that you can set, traps. What character traits do you think they will put in or have more later they haven't showed yet? Obviously, anything that has to deal with any of the things in your base, there's going to be people that have done that stuff in previous, like before the apocalypse, and they're going to have traits for those specific things. So there might even be, I don't know, there might be, I don't know if I've seen it so far, but there might be a trait of somebody that was a janitor, so they're going to be, I have a morale boost if there's toilets, at the base. So I think that pretty much everything that you can put in your base with, the mechanics garage, the armory, the kitchen, the infirmary, the whole 9 yards, each character has a possibility of having something from, pre-apocalyptic times that's going to put a buff to that individual character if they have one of those things in the base. How many different types of weapons will be in the game? Like I said, there's a lot. There's going to be a lot. Would you play stream with your subs? Yes. I plan on doing a full series on State of Decay 2 with you guys. Definitely. How many of your characters have died so far? We don't have the game yet. I like that they can also have family out in the world. Being around their family members will raise morale. But if their family member dies, they will suffer a huge morale penalty. Yeah, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to balance. What character traits do you think are the most important? I wouldn't say there's any like super important ones because, you know, each one has its own pros and cons, you know. Somebody might be really good with farming, but then again, they'll be really bad with weapon handling. And then also somebody might be really, really good at working on vehicles and stuff, but then they might have asthma. So you can only rank up their stamina so high. So when you're out in the open world, they're going to have a lot less stamina than other players because they have asthma. And that is a thing. That is a thing. That's one of the traits that can be rolled onto characters. Will base be hoarded by zombies like 10 plus of even 40 plus? Yes, you will be having zombies raid your bases. How many vehicles are there? There's 40. There's more than 40 different vehicles in the game. Not to mention all the different color schemes that are on each individual vehicle, and you can mod all the vehicles in the game with different, like, you know, armor mods, you know, bars over the windows and stuff like that to make them, you know, big rolling, you know, badass vehicles. Crazy Mate coming in with the $50. Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? Yo, donations are not necessary, guys, but you know, they are definitely appreciated, and that is my biggest donation I've ever had on the channel. Hands down. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. That is awesome. Like, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it, man. What up, D-Mac? Oh, yeah, sorry, you were the one talking. Brandon, what's up, man? As long as you have beer pong, for some reason, that's one of my favorite character traits. Well, see, that's the thing, too. You can actually have, when you build, oh, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. The recreation center. You can have a recreation center in your base that has a TV and stuff. And one of the things that you can actually outfit in that space is a gaming console that is actually the original Xbox. That's the actual original Xbox that you can set up at your base, and people can go into the rec center and play the original Xbox, and that will help boost morale. So, no 7, yeah, thanks for joining the Discord. Yeah, any of you guys want to join the Discord and chill and then, you know, just kind of shoot and talk and stuff, there's the link to the Discord, man. Hope you're having a good night, Lucky. Hope you're all having a good night. Can't wait to get this game. What role are you going to play when you get this game? There's so many different roles. I mean, I guess it all depends on what characters I get started with. But me personally, I'm going to try to stick to one character for a little while. You know, get a very well-established character and get that character to a leader of the base so that you can get those buffs, because there's some really good buffs once you get a leader of your base. So another thing, the AI survivors in the group will use ammo this time around. In the first game, the AI wasn't, and you had infinite ammo, but this time around they will use ammo in stores. Yeah. So, but that's the other thing too, is you might have a character that, you know, can make ammo quicker, or, you know, one of the leader statuses, you get increased ammo per day. If you put a certain person, I think Warlord it was, you get extra ammo per day if you have a Warlord as a leader and stuff. So when do I stream? I do not have a set schedule. Obviously, working 40 plus hours a week, you know, hanging out with the family and stuff, there's no real set time that I stream. Most of the time, it's going to be after 10 p.m. I might stream tomorrow afternoon when my son takes a nap. I might stream for a little bit and stuff, but Lorenzo from Stock Farm Gaming checking in. What is up, man? Benjamin Judah, what's up, man? You get 2 DLC packs ahead of time, 4-day early access, and a code for the first edition. Yeah. Having a construction leader will grant a massive boost to the base. Yeah, I should know. That's what I do in real life, guys. If you guys did not know that, I actually work in commercial construction, and I've been doing it for over 10 years. So when it comes to post-apocalyptic, man, I would be able to build the shit out of stuff. So, yo, Steve Zion, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys all you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This means a lot. You know, all you guys that are, you know, so passionate about this game. There's, you know, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a really good game. And being the fact that I didn't cover a lot of the first game, this was one of the things that actually a few of my subscribers and a few of my good friends actually, you know, were talking about, that the State of Decay community really has accepted me as, you know, somebody of the community. And sometimes you don't see that when people kind of switch games and start covering other games and stuff. And honestly, you guys mean a lot to me. It may sound really, really corny, but making content on this game, talking to you guys in the comments section and stuff, it's so much fun. And doing streams like this, engaging with you guys, it's a lot of fun. This is probably one of the best things to look forward to when I do YouTube and stuff, is engaging with you guys. Bro, I gotta go, but good night. Good luck with the family and movie. You should watch A Quiet Night. Ooh. I've been wanting to go see Ready Player One, man. I really, really want to go see that. There's so many Easter eggs and stuff in that movie, and being, you know, the VR world and stuff. I really want to go see that movie, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Cooling man, love your stuff. Yo, Benjamin, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Let me expand on my last question. Will you focus on playing the role of passive gatherer or aggressive hunter? Probably an aggressive hunter. If I had to pick between those two, probably be aggressive, because if I'm not aggressive, there's a chance that there might be an NPC that will, and I don't want to, you know, have that backfire on my community. Yo, Skeesh, there's so many things that affect morale in State of Decay 2. It's definitely going to be a constant battle to balance morale with your characters and stuff. So it's definitely going to be tough, but I think it's definitely going to be a cool challenge. Quiet Place? Yo, I saw the previews for the Quiet Place. That movie would probably, it'd probably give me nightmares, but it did look really good. When you send a flare up and a player joins, will they be able to loot your locker? No. Nobody else that's in your game can loot your locker. So, like, for instance, when you go into your base, say you're the host of the game, I join your game, and I go to your locker, all of my stuff is going to be in that locker. And say we invite another person in and they go to that locker, all their stuff from their game will be in that locker. Everybody has their own locker, no matter what person's base they're at. So there is no griefing. Nobody can steal your stuff. But, for instance, if I join your game and I have, you know, a really cool weapon that I want to give you, I can go to my supply locker, take an item out of my supply locker, and give it to you. So you can trade and exchange with other players. If you want to buy State of Decay 2 for Xbox and PC, I only have to buy it once? Yes. You buy it for one, you can play it on both. What do you think about the fuel consumption of cars? It's different for every vehicle. Obviously, bigger cars, bigger engines is going to use more fuel, but then obviously you're going to be able to, you know, haul more loot. Also, with that, if you load down a car with a lot of loot, it's going to expend your fuel faster. So I think it's a cool thing, because cars don't have infinite fuel in real life. I just think that adds a whole nother layer of things, you know, to the game. So for instance, you go out in the open world, you loot up a bunch of stuff, you pack it all in your car, you're on your way back to the base, you run out of fuel, you got to get fuel. You got to go back to your base, go to the nearest gas station, try to get a gas can, come back and fill that car up so you can get all that loot back to your base. DMAC, who all be playing on PC? I'll be playing on PC, but you can cross play. So people on PC can play with people on Xbox. So there aren't limitations to this game, really. It's releasing on Xbox and PC, and everybody from both of those two consoles, I guess you could say, both of those platforms, can play with each other. So the biggest morale penalty comes from overcrowding. So if you have a really large population in a small base, everyone will suffer massive morale penalties. The devs even dared people to try it? No way. I don't want to do that. Hit max population cap because they didn't think it was possible because of the huge morale penalties. Some characters will also have a better fuel efficiency. What? That doesn't make any sense. That based on a character trait, it's going to adjust on how much fuel you use. If you push the gas pedal down all the way, it should use the same amount of fuel. Huh. Trying to think of anything else that we haven't talked about yet. Okay, there was actually a question that somebody asked the devs, and it says, what happens when you complete the story mode of this game? Does the game end and credits roll, or can players keep progressing through the game? So the devs went on to say that State of Decay 2 doesn't have a typical story mode, but each community has its own story that is composed from the dynamic narrative system. Every player's experience is unique to their decisions and their consequences of the choices that they make. We're not quite ready to reveal the specifics of what happens when you choose to end your community's story. So there's a chance that you might want to end your community stories, 10 juggernauts come in and kill everybody, So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but you definitely have control of when that happens. And if you want a specific community to continue indefinitely, you can. So you can make it so that technically there is no end game. You could just keep surviving in this open world with your community, or you can choose to have an end game for your community, but they haven't went into any details, and they're not going to go into any details on that quite yet. So that's something to look forward to. How do you invite them when you're on PC? Just through the Xbox Microsoft app. What are the 3 different map types? Each of the maps have a distinct theme and a visual identity. I'm reading this, guys, by the way, just so you know. That represents the local pre-apocalypse culture and climate. The overall setting of State of Decay 2 retains the original game's small town America, theme. Each map putting its own spin on the concept. So the 3 maps you'll encounter are the Cascade Hills and Nestled, which is also nestled at the base of the mountains. So you're going to see the big backdrop of the mountains and stuff. The next one is Drucker County, which is situated next to a huge gorge. And then also a Meager Valley featuring a pastoral farmland and stuff. So those are your kind of what your 3 maps are going to kind of be based around. Water outpost. Yes, you can have outposts that generates water. That's going to be a big thing, generating resources at outpost. Water will be important. Resources in State of Decay needing water to farms and for making fuel. Yes. Water, a still, is probably the most crucial thing in your base. Being able to have water, be able to make, purify water and have water, be able to make fuel at the still. It's going to be one of the more needed base features in the game. Where's your take on the replayability? I think there's a lot of replayability, especially when they release the DLCs and stuff. But, just for instance, if you go into it, you pick a certain set of survivors, you play the game in a certain way, you elect a certain leader to your base. Say the first time through, you elect a warlord leader, and they stay alive the entire time. you turn into this, you know, totally offensive base, going around, you know, just taking over everything, no mercy. The next time you play through, you might play more as a passive role with your community and have more of a passive overall community. Or, for instance, like Arcane was talking about earlier, you know, you could take a small base, just overpopulate the shit out of it, and then try to see if you can't keep the morale up and reach max population. And that's just a completely different. There's so many different ways to play the game that I think the replay value is definitely going to be really high. Will this game arrive on Steam as well? Eventually it will, but we don't have any clue when. They did state it will come to Steam eventually, but they didn't give us a window of how long it's going to be exclusive to the Microsoft Store. Are you going to be doing a Let's Play with State of Decay 2 on this channel? Yes, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of me on the channel, of like my gameplay. Then I'm also going to be trying to do a series with subscribers. So, you know, we're going to get 3 other people to join me and then just kind of go around, play around, and then play for a little bit. And then we're going to swap out. But I'm going to have 2 different main playthroughs. You know, one by myself with some of my friends, and then also one with you guys. So yeah, you can only have 1 base and 4 outposts, but you can switch bases and stuff at any time and move your survivors to another location. Outposts generate resources for you, and then also it allows you to open up your storage containers and stuff from those locations. Yes, I know there was some people that were worried about resources and stuff, but when you get outposts and stuff, there's plenty of ways to get resources and stuff into your base. So that would be the first thing is definitely getting those 4 outposts, and however your playstyle is going to be, getting those outposts to have the proper resources, like, you know, obviously food generation, possibly ammo and different stuff, you know, that are going to be crucial to the survival of your community. So but personally, I'll just build water collection and food collection. Oh, speaking of that too, there's another way that you can obviously collect water, because there are rain collectors that you can do. You can set up like a rain collector so that there's basically a tarp over a basin that allows you to, when it rains and stuff, it'll collect rainwater in that basin, and you can use that for water for your base. So there are several different ways to getting water and stuff at your base. So when a character dies, will you lose their loot, or can you go to their body and loot them? You can go back to their body and loot them. Also, if, for instance, if you get infected with the blood plague and you die from the blood plague, your character will turn into a blood plague zombie with all of your stuff on them. So, Tadal52, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. That would be probably the most interesting way to die, if you turned into a blood plague zombie while you're playing with your friends, and then like a blood plague zombie with an axe or a sword with a backpack and all your gear and stuff on starts coming after all your friends. That'd be pretty cool. Definitely be unique. That'd definitely be a unique situation. So, Arkline, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all the support, guys. Road to 16,000 subscribers. I'm actually dual streaming right now over to my Twitch channel. I do not stream over on Twitch very often, but I have been trying to build a community over there on Twitch. So if you guys are feeling generous and you want to go follow me over at Twitch, I will pop a link down here in the chat for you guys if you want to go check it out. And that's not a real link. Will you control the blood plague when you can? No. If you turn into a blood plague zombie, you basically die. It's basically, it turns into a zombie. You have no control over that person. Okay, man. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. Take care, buddy. Yeah, I don't think so either. I really wish that they would have kind of dove into a little bit more of a weather system with rain and stuff. Fog and rain would be cool. How big do hordes get? I don't think they really told us, but we did see a few different instances where there was quite a few zombies in one specific area, so... I don't think you can... There's specific areas that you can turn into a base. I don't think you can just build anywhere, because you're not going to want to build a base like right out in an open field that makes it so like in a post-apocalyptic environment, you're going to want to use a resource or a abandoned store or a church or something like we've seen so far to fortify that area. You're not going to want to build a base out in the middle of the field that requires you to build walls on your own and stuff. So is melee combat still terrible, Trent? Trent, no, it's not. There's a lot of cool things that allow you to, once you rank up your melee skills and stuff, you're going to get access to exclusive takedowns and executions and stuff. And also, it's the melee is very, very cool, and there's a lot of diversity with the different melee and stuff. There's a lot of different consumables and stuff that you can make, that you can take out with you in the open world, that you can make in the kitchen. A lot more in this game than there was in the first one. Crazy mate, gotta head out. Thanks for all the great info. Yo, thank you for the big donation, man. That's so generous. I really, really appreciate that, man. Thanks for tuning in. How many character models are there in terms of the zombies? I don't know. I know that the actual character models, the NPCs, there's a lot. Dev interview, I saw they mentioned that if you clear most of the map and loot and destroy all the plague hearts on the map, you might not be able to hold out against the horde. That's nuts. I don't know if I like that. Switch maps to survive. Well, at least we know that you can switch maps and stuff, but that should be really fun. It'd be really fun to see exactly how that all works. Yeah, real quick, thank you, Arcanum, for all the information that you have, man. This is you definitely have helped out this stream. Big time. Because I know a decent amount, but obviously you definitely know a lot more about what's going on, some of the in-depth stuff, so. A lot of coffee. I think that's pretty much going to do it for the stream, guys. It's almost 1 a.m. in the morning here on the East Coast. I might go jump on a couple, maybe play some Fortnite or something for a few minutes with one of my buddies, but I'm probably going to go crash because I have to be up at a decent time in the morning because my son is probably going to wake up at like 7 o'clock. So, with that being said, I cannot thank you guys enough for tuning into the stream tonight and making this one really cool discussion, Q&A and stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to do another one of these very, very soon. But, you know, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting me with covering this game, because if nobody watched the content, I probably wouldn't make it. So it's definitely a game that I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to play this game with you guys and, you know, dive into this game and really, you know, explore and share the experiences of this game with you guys. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all for the stream, guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure to slap that like button before you guys leave, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. I'm not sure if I'm going to be uploading a video tomorrow or not. I might do a live stream tomorrow in the afternoon when my son takes a nap, just because uploading on Sunday usually doesn't do a whole lot. Sunday's usually kind of a down day when it comes to putting videos out and stuff. So, whoa. But I definitely will be uploading on Monday, and I will try to upload as many videos as I can this week. Try to get back to my daily uploads, but, you know, work is so busy this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that, though, but I will do my best to give you guys a main stream of content and stuff. So, before you go, are you able to send the dropper? The dropper? Link again. My Discord? That's the link to my Discord. But Gerardo, take it easy, man. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in tonight, and I will definitely catch you guys in the upcoming videos, and hopefully we'll be able to do another stream here very, very soon. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna be out of here. I will catch you guys on the next video and or live stream. So thank you guys so much. Take it easy, guys.